Good afternoon. This is Pal Walker at Mission Winners doing a training coaching video for everybody on good selling. A lot of people just key on good buying, but I'm very pragmatic. Good selling is where the money's made, not in the buying. You can buy, but if you don't know how to sell or what triggers to look for to sell, to make good sell decisions, you're not going to make as much money. So that's why we did this video. That's why we started Mission Winners, is to teach good buying rules, tactics, disciplines, and good selling rules, tactics, and disciplines. So we're going to just show some examples to you here. And accept this fact. We're very realistic and pragmatic. We're not going to sell at the top. Okay. That's an ego game. Okay. And ego and sound decision making are mutually exclusive. So we simply let the price and volume action of the chart tell us what to do. So we're going to take a look at Apple. Well, there's a symbol-based buy. Okay, but this video is about selling. And it was just going sideways here. And that's a nice consolidation pattern, right? But then notice this. It starts to stall up here. It's not making any further progress. It's not dropping, but it ain't going up anymore. And then on this bar, it starts to drop on a slight pickup in volume. You see that right there? That can be a useful trigger to sell some. And we did on that bar. And then today, the market's rough. It opens up just a hair and then starts to drop again. And it takes out the previous day's lows. And what do? We sell a little bit more, 20 or 25% more. I've got it marked right here. That helps us. Accept this fact. This is for everybody. We're not going to buy. You are not going to buy at the bottom, and you are not going to sell at the top. There's too much pressure in trying to do that. If we let price combined with volume action guide us, it really helps us. So there's one example. I'm going to show you another one here. AEM, simple base buys, but this video is about selling. Rallies up, and it starts to fall on a slight pickup in volume. But notice it found support on the ADMA. Goes sideways, starts to fall again, but not really heavy volume. Okay, but then it does this today or yesterday, starts to fall. It takes out the ADMA, it takes out the lows of the previous days, and it does it on a pickup in volume, increasing selling pressure. The selling volume is heavier than the buying volume. So what do you do in a situation like that? You don't panic and sell all of it. You don't need to. But you could sell off a couple of portions, small portions, a little bit, it continues falling. You could sell a little bit more, knowing by doing that, you have guaranteed yourself a profit. You could let these shares, we won't, you could let these shares, your buys here, fall all the way down to your buy price and sell the rest at break even. And you still made money because you sold some up higher. Again, people talk about good buying. Good selling is where the money is made. Sold a couple of times, we locked in some profits. We'll just do a couple more here. Here's Advanced Micro Devices. Big gap up. But notice how it closed on that bar, but it still closed way above this gap up price. And then it starts to go up here, all right? Starts to pause here. You get a reversal bar. It gaps up, it runs up, and reverses down. Now notice, the price is extended from this pivot. It's not like it just broke out. It made a big move. What do you do in a situation like that? You can sell some, not all of it. Limit losses, don't limit profits. But by selling some, again, you have guaranteed yourself a profit, which lessens stress. And that's also very important. Less stress, clear decision making. Starts to fall a little further, you sell a little bit more. Not all of it, just a portion. And now we watch and we see what happens. Perhaps it will base and provide a spot where we could buy more. But if it keeps falling, we can sell more. You can say, well, why would you sell more, Pat? If it starts to lose the ADMA with volume, we could sell a little bit more. We'll do a couple more here for us. ANET. Simple base buy, simple base buy, simple base buy. Runs up here, okay? Good volume on that breakout. Look at that. Goes up a little bit higher yesterday, but then today it gaps up, it runs up, and then reverses down. Well, the M in Mission Winners comes first, the markets. The market's rough today on this Friday. This runs up and starts to reverse down. And what do? We sell some, not all of it. Why? Well, the trend is still up. But by, again, locking some profits in, we have guaranteed ourselves a profit. We could let this stock fall all the way back down to where we bought it, even all the way back down here. We won't, but you could. And you still made money because you sold it up here. Again, it decreases stress, which leads to clearer decision-making processes. There you go. I'm going to do another one here for you. AU. AU, how you doing? Here you go. That's Sylvester Stallone. Lifts up here, Rambo, right? Here we go, our Rocky. Lifts up, breaks out, runs up, and then what does it do on this bar? Well, it starts to pause up here. Notice as it's going up, volume's dropping off, okay? That is a sign that power is dropping off. Buying power is dropping off. And you sell some, okay? And then you get this bar where it gaps up just a little bit, runs up, and then drops and reverses down and takes out the previous day's lows. That's a very reliable sell trigger to sell some. And we did, and locked in some profits a couple of times. We're in good shape. No matter what happens, we know we're going to make money. We have guaranteed, again, you've guaranteed yourself a profit. You've lessened risk. And by doing those two things, you've also lessened stress, which leads to clearer thinking. And I'm going to show you one more sell tactic just to help. And we'll do it here. We'll go to another industry group. Nice base breakout, nice base breakout, nice base breakout, trending. Note the trend up the ADMA. Folks, I will tell you, this is a fact. Riding trends pays more than any other tactic that you will use. I say it a lot, but it's the truth. It's the honest to God truth. People sabotage themselves. They say, oh, I got a good gain, I'm going to take it. And the thing keeps on going, another 15 points, but you're out of it. Walking up the ADMA. Look closely. This stock has not closed right there. Closed a little bit above the ADMA. Closed a little bit above the ADMA. This stock did not close below the ADMA until right here. Right here. Okay? That is the first time it is closed below the ADMA. Notice, people use this. It fell, took out the ADMA on heavy selling volume. That was a trigger to sell some yesterday. Did we? Yes, we sold 20%. We locked in great profits. And again, we're guaranteed to make good money on this. We've also dramatically decreased risk and decreased stress, knowing that we've already taken some off. We combine those foundations together. It helps us make more money, and it helps us just be less stressful and in more control. Anyway, the reason I made this video is to show you specifics to look for in the chart to make sound investing decisions, buying decisions, and selling decisions. Anyway, this is what we do. This is what I teach at Mission Winners. It helps people make money. It lowers stress, which leads to clearer thinking, clearer decision making, which normally leads to more money. I hope this helps you, and I thank you.